Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Buck Your Feelings show. I am excited to speak about an undefeated preseason. 3-0 on top of the AFC West. Although these games don't count, they matter. And it matters to, the equation, the calculation that is the 53-man roster. And today was the last-ditch effort for a lot of people to put their best foot forward. And, needless to say, we did. 28-19, Broncos on top of the New Orleans Saints. Yet another revenge game for Sean Payton and crew against their former team, a lot of the coaching staff. So a lot of feelings to buck, a lot of levels of the depth chart to go over in a third preseason game like this. So excited to have you guys, and let's chop it up. What it do, party people? Welcome into the Buck Your Feelings post-game show. I am your host, Jay Weaver, the Dream Weaver on the Twitter sphere. And next to me, obviously, my co-host, the main man, the main guy of Orange and Blue Network here, the CEO, Johnny Mile High Viking Baki. How are you, cuzzo? How was the third preseason game for you? Did you soak it in?
Oh, I soaked in every bit of it, Jay. It was great. I was tired. I was sleepy. Not because the game was boring, but because, I was out late with my kids last night, went to the local, my kids' future high school's football game last night. It was a rivalry game between our next door town neighbor, and blew him out of the water 36-0. It was
nice.
But the third preseason game, thing of beauty. First team started out a little slow, had me a little concerned for a moment there, but then you could see the switch. It just flipped, and it was the switch that we've been waiting all preseason to see flip. The one that we heard had come about during the joint practice with the Cardinals, and Bo Nix finding his rhythm again. We started to see it, we saw it, and now I'm confident. I'm still so confident. And the Denver Broncos, preseason or not,
undefeated, baby.
Undefeated in 2025.
Undefeated.
So what's up, Broncos country? What's up?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say.
So, it was good. It was good, Jay.
Even in a preseason game, like I said in the intro, they don't count, but they matter. And you know what? Again, it's not like Sean Payton's not going to have a smile on his face going back home, going to New Orleans, and coming out of that building with a dub. on all facets, because, again, we kind of talked about this when it was specific to the Vele trade, but these are kind of showcase games to flex the muscles of George Payton and Sean Payton as far as how smart they are in the draft process. This is the report card for your depth. This is to show how, overall, your roster is, the roster building of the 53. And we continue to, show up. And hence why we're 3-0. But I want to start here just real quick. With just giving a little love out. I want the customers, the viewers, the audience abroad. I want you to go find our other content. We're on YouTube, we're on X, we're on Facebook. All the places that you can get all your favorite podcasts.
Hey, by the way, we're on TikTok now too. So.
Oh, and TikTok. That's right. I'm not a TikToker.
Me either.
Mike,
I
can't dance or sing.
George are, and they got us set up.
Yeah, Bronco Bros. I know we're all over that. But folks,
we have a bad connection somewhere. It's either me or you. I'm not sure which one of us is suddenly having internet issues. Hold tight. I'm not sure what's going on. Hey, if you guys would help us out in the chat, let us know which one of us is having the internet issue, because it doesn't always seem obvious to us which one of us is having.
Take over for.
Jay? We lost Jay. Okay, it was obviously Jay. So he's gonna get that fixed, and he'll be right back. But man, here we are. Broncos undefeated. I'm gonna finish up what Jay was saying, man. If you haven't already, make sure that you like, subscribe, share, comment. Find us on YouTube. Make sure that you give us the subscribe, because we're giving away a Denver Broncos jersey, a Bo Nix jersey, when we reach 539 subscribers. You don't want to miss out on that opportunity. It's a free chance and a free jersey. Go for it. Go do it. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook, on TikTok. We're all over the place. You can find us, and you can find the audio version of our podcast on all your favorite platforms for all of our great shows that include the Orange and Blue Blitz on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays during the day. You got Broncos Bros on Monday night. And by the way, they had Cody Latimer on the show last night, and that was a phenomenal show. You got me and Jay on Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue on Tuesdays. You got Doc and JT giving us the Mile High Sports Symposium on Wednesdays in the afternoon. You got Broncos Talk on Wednesdays in the evening. And you got Viva los Broncos, if you speak Spanish, on Fridays. We got the Fresh Squeeze Breaking News podcast and Get Bucked and Buck Your Feelings post and pregame shows every game day. Guys, you don't want to miss any of that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and bring in, we got another member of the Orange and Blue Network popping in to show some love here today, and that would be Mr. Bronco Rob in the house. What's up, Rob?
I salute Johnny to you and Broncos Country. We got a dub. We put them Saints down. I'm gonna keep this brief while Jay gets his internet sorted out. He's got to get the little midgets, spinning the wheels and grinding the gears.
Oh yeah.
But I was dealing with some issues, so I was listening more than I was watching. But what I can tell you from what I saw, the backups look decent. It's gonna be tough to make some roster cuts this Black Monday coming up. But I think Sean Payton has an idea of who he wants to keep around. The one thing I was a little concerned about, like you were saying in the beginning, was the penalties. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Yeah, they got to get that figured out.
It seems like every year it's either bowls or we just have penalties all around. I don't get it.
Well, it hasn't been bowls in a while, and so it is definitely penalties all around. They'll get it figured out. It's just another one of those things. More rust, more, and you got to think about the pressure a lot of these guys were under today. It's preseason, but just because you're a starter, just because you're considered like say a first teamer, like at the beginning of the game, there was like 1 or 2 penalties, I believe. Doesn't mean that your job is a given or secure. You know what I mean? Like Sean Payton's made it very clear that he'll replace starters.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. Will Lutz look good? Will Lutz look good kicking field goals as per usual? For the most part, our offensive line, kept the pockets clean for the most part. But I got to give a little tip to the hat to Ellinger there. He had a couple big plays where he was able to escape the pocket and keep the drive rolling. And he actually even, scored a touchdown as well on a play that kind of broke down. So,
yeah.
For that being said, again, and I apologize, I'm on my cell phone right now. But with that being said, I think Denver is looking in good shape. We came out of all 3 preseason games with little to no injuries, knock on wood.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm pumped for the season. I can't wait to see, week 1 and see where we're at when we got all our starters in there. And as per usual, our defense looked dominating as well.
Yes, absolutely. And it's like I'm sorry. It's like I was saying at the very beginning. First team definitely had a little bit of a rough start in this one, just like they did against San Francisco. But I feel like, unlike with San Francisco, we saw the first team offensive defense find their groove. We witnessed it happen. Like there was just a singular moment where just all of a sudden click, and there it was. And they suddenly were, connecting on passes. I mean, Bo Nix, we'll definitely go over it more, and I'm going to go over it more once Jay gets back. But, I mean, Bo Nix, 10 for 14, 110 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. So, I mean, they figured it out. They found it. And that's what's most important to me. That's what I had said during the pregame show I wanted to see the most, was watch those guys kind of find their groove. And they did. And I'm a lot more confident now going into – the regular season in 2 weeks with what we, with our guys, doing what they're doing. I'm going to go ahead and show some love real quick to a bunch of our fans here in the chat. There's Bronco Rob. Oh, wait, there's Bronco Rob. There's Bronco Rob. You had said, let's go, baby, positive things ahead. Love it. D-Rock in the house saying Broncos 3-0, Casey 0-3. Let's effing go. Shy saying Bo Nix looked bad. I don't know if he looked so much bad as they didn't have a groove right away. They didn't have, and that goes right back to what I was saying is, I think they found it. They found it, and I think they're going to be okay moving forward. Let's see. We got Mile High City Baby 303 in the house saying we won, but a little sloppy in the second half. A little bit, but these guys are doing everything they can to save their jobs. So,
Johnny, for the record, I was closest to Denver's score. I just wanted that on record. I said 30-10. Now, granted, the Saints scored more than 10, but we were only 2 off from 30, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay, I mean, I wasn't too far off, bud, because I said 28-17.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, we were both pretty close. Both of us took the over. We both got the over, and we were both pretty dang close. Isaiah had been like, "You guys are going that close of a game," and we were like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I kind of felt like it was going to be a close game. I didn't think it was going to be quite a blowout. As it was in the first 2 games, and that just is kind of. Again, just going off of our previous years and our previous games that we've played in the preseason, it always seems like there's one game in the preseason that is very, very close, or we wind up going 2-1. No, I think Denver all around looks pretty good. I agree with you that it's probably gonna take a week or 2 for them to find their groove and find their what clicks and But I have a feeling Sean Payton's going to have some words for them on the plane ride home about penalties, and hopefully they get that cleaned up.
I think they will. Sean Payton's a man of discipline, and I think they'll find it. Let me see. Mile High City, baby. 303 coming back in saying, wait, looks like Jay may be back. I'll let him get himself added to the stage if he thinks he's ready to go. Mile High City, baby, saying, got to get better in the red zone. All right, right here. Sorry. Get better in the red zone. Hurry up, September 7th. D-Rock, I thought for sure he was throwing the ball away. Nope. Tutty. Yeah, man, it's crazy how that went. Loved seeing that for Bo. Mile High City, baby, also tossing in. Why were we going for 2 points? Because it's the preseason.
Because they were trying to hit my 30 points. That's why they were going for 2 points.
Yeah, no, ultimately, what it comes down to, obviously an opinion, but it's because it's the preseason. It's because this is the time that you want to take those kind of chances to give them a shot at that type of a moment, that type of experience during that time. You don't want to be practicing your first attempt at a 2-point conversion, midway through the season. Go ahead and why not go for it? It's in a preseason game where ultimately the outcome means nothing. And if you fail to convert the 2 points, okay, oh well. So that's that to me. That's why they went for that 2 points there. They didn't have to. But we know that Will Lutz is good on the extra point. So let's go ahead and give him a shot at 2. See what they can come out with.
Yep. Yeah. No. Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out to number 2. Mr. Surtan had a great pass breakup there in the first few defensive plays. He looked on point as usual. But yeah, there's not really much more to say than now we just got to see what happens, who makes the cuts and who doesn't.
Yep. So yeah, that was great. Jay, it looks like he may be getting ready to come back in, so it'll be good to have him back on the show while he finishes up getting ready. I'm going to go ahead and plug the sponsor of the show, and that, of course, would be Dubby Jitterless Energy Blend from Dubby. You can catch the link in the bio below the video. Make sure you go click that and go over and get yourself the dub the same way the Denver Broncos got themselves – give me a second here. My mouse just went crazy. There we go. The same way the Denver Broncos got themselves a dub today. So this is Dubby. Dubby is amazing stuff. I can't wait to try that s'mores flavor. Dubby is amazing stuff. Comes in a ton of delicious flavors. You're going to see a bunch of different ones scrolling through here as we go. All these different flavors. It's got the caffeine that you need to get your day started, get through your day without the jitters or the crash at the end. And the reason for that is because Dubby has no sugar. It has no calories. It has no maltodextrin or fillers or artificial colors. It is nothing but amino acids, B vitamins, nootropics, including their own patented neurofactor, which keep you sharp throughout your day. And the caffeine in Dubby is derived directly from the coffee fruit. So it's as natural as it can be. And it is wonderful stuff. Guys, I'm telling you, you want to go ahead and get yourself the dub. Go ahead over there, get yourself an order, and make sure you punch in code OBN10, OBN10. It'll get you 10% off your order at checkout. Guys, it's delicious stuff. Jay and I swear by it, and it really does get the job done.
Yeah, Johnny, I think I'm with you. I think I'm going to try that one that you mix with milk because
the s'mores, right?
Yeah, it sounds good. I mean, I mix my protein shakes with milk, but that being said,
I'm a diabetic, dude. I'm a diabetic. Any chance I can get to have something that tastes like chocolate that has no freaking sugar in it, I'm going for it.
Hey, Johnny, in the comments, we got Mile High City Baby saying Stidham didn't play. Let's chat about that for a second because I kind of, I don't know. Part of me thinks that.
One quick second, Jay. Are you ready to come back in, or are you wanting us to keep going without you? All right. Bring him back, the host with the most. Here he comes. Get him where he belongs right there. There he is. All right, buddy. Welcome back.
Okay. Can you hear me?
It's a little harder to hear you, but yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Go amongst yourselves.
All right. So, well, go ahead, Rob. What are your thoughts on Stidham not playing?
So part of me feels like with Stidham not playing, I have a feeling there's going to be a trade for Stidham. As we found out before, there was 9 teams that had been calling about Stidham. I would love to keep Stidham on the team. I think Stidham is an amazing backup quarterback.
Yeah.
But with him not playing, to me, that screams that they didn't want him to get hurt. They didn't want to, have anything negative come up, an interception, a fumble, anything like that. And they want to try to get the most trade value for him.
Sure.
Being that tomorrow's Black Monday. So, I mean, that's kind of my thoughts. But Johnny, what do you feel about that?
First, Jay, I messed with your mic settings. Go ahead and give it a shot. See what happens.
Well, that's a spicy hot take there, Rob. That's a spicy hot take. Because I would be scared crapless going into the regular season with Super Bowl hopes, and Sam Ehlinger is our potential oh crap button if Bo gets hurt. That scares me really badly. So I hope that does not happen. I hope Stiddy is not playing because Bo wasn't supposed to play. Like in the typical third preseason game, like Bo really shouldn't have played.
And if I may throw in my 2 cents, mine goes right along kind of with yours there, Jay. Sorry, Rob. I don't think the trade's on the table.
I hope
because I'm with Jay. I think it would be an absolute travesty to trade Stidham away right now.
Yeah.
He is your bona fide backup. He is well proven. He is proven. Sam Ehlinger, he's passable, but he's not the guy I want backing up my quarterback when like Jay said, when you are going into a season with potential Super Bowl, implications. That being said, why do I think that Stidham didn't play today? It's very simple. He didn't need to. He played he had played significant snaps in 2 preseason games and was absolutely showing up, showing out, and doing very, very well in both games that he did it for the period of time that he did. And you didn't need to see him anymore. You didn't need to see what he was doing. What he could do. But what you did need to see was Bo kind of wake up, which he did. And then you did need to see, you needed to finish the game, which Sam Ehlinger did. So I think ultimately the choice to not play him isn't about a trade. I truly believe that it's just about, but we don't need to put him at risk as our backup when we've seen enough of him already in the preseason. That's where I'm at.
Fair enough. Like I said, I mean, I hope it doesn't happen either. It was just a thought.
So then let's finish this. Let's finish this room. Final 53. Are we keeping 3 quarterbacks?
No.
I say no.
No, I don't think so.
This was an Ehlinger showcase to see if he could get on another team. Not probably via trade, but like, we're going to do, as best service as we can for you, player. So here's your showcase game, Sam Ehlinger.
Yeah. Like I said, I think what it comes down to is we needed to see Bo. We saw Bo, but then you got to have somebody to finish the game in a preseason game. And so you threw Ehlinger in there. That's what I think it really came down to ultimately. Yep. So no, we do. I don't think realistically, last season we kept 3 because Bo was a rookie, and we didn't know, we didn't know if going into the regular season he would turn out to be who we thought, who we'd hoped he'd be. So you wanted to have 2 more good, but better than decent quarterbacks ready to go in case you bench your rookie. And ultimately it worked out that our rookie's the guy, and we went ahead and got some value, not value out of Zach Wilson, but but Sean Payton got to work on him a little bit. And now he's got another chance at a new lease on life, so to speak. And so we kept 3 for that reason last season. But now we know what we have in Bo Nix, and we know that we need a solid backup for him, but we don't need a third anymore. So that's
Well, I think if we get rid of Sam Ehlinger, I think that opens a spot for maybe a fourth running back. I definitely don't think Estime is going to make it. I think he's gone.
I mean, he did show up a little more today than he had been, which was impressive for him. But I agree with you. Ultimately, I think too little, too late. You had so many opportunities to show yourself as, and try to solidify yourself as better than the other running backs in that room, and it's just kind of, it's too little, too late, man. Too little, too late.
Kind of weird to say that you're showcasing, Audric Estime with 8 carries, but at the end of the day, this was an Audric Estime game. It was supposed to be, at least, because, this is his last-ditch effort to make this roster. Like, he's that big of a bubble player, I think, and we've all recognized that for quite some time. But honestly, I personally think Audric Estime is gone. I think it's going to be Dobbins, Harvey, Bidet, and practice squad Watson. If we can put Watson on practice squad, but okay. I think even Watson's above Audric Estime.
If the Broncos carried 4 running backs though on the active roster, Jay, who would be would you have Watson on the active and then have another fifth running back on the practice squad, and who would it be?
I mean, I don't know if Estime would be a practice squad worthy type of player. I don't know if he would get claimed or not. With as young as he is, I would think he would. I would think he still has value to other teams, that he would be making a roster. Like, he would be somewhere on a practice squad somewhere, on some other team. I don't know if I'd say the same thing about Watson, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Watson is a sexier pick than
he got hurt a little. Watson did. Yep. But I can honestly say, I think I agree with you, Jay. I think we carry 3 on the active and 1 on the practice squad.
Yep.
I think Audric Estime is the odd man out, and this is tough for me. I like Watson, but honestly, I think it's Jaleel McLaughlin as our who remains as the 4th. I think Bidet is number 3 because he's got so much versatility. He's converted wide receiver, so he's got the hands for catching. He's a better he's as good as J.K. Dobbins, or close to anyway, at pass blocking. So he's the Swiss he's a Swiss Army knife running back that I think you can't risk putting on your practice squad and losing. So I think he's number 3. Jaleel McLaughlin's great, but he's a one-trick pony. He's a guy, as far as a running back skill sets go, he can get you chunk yardage. That's about what he's best for. And beyond that, so I honestly think it's JK, RJ, and then
but
Tyler. So
I agree. I think Jaleel's going to be a cut. I don't think there's any potential for practice squad, obviously, for him. He's going to be on another NFL roster. I think he's just going to be a straight up cut, as weird as that is. But that would be at least my 2 cents for the running back room. But it was kind of a weird day.
I'm going to go ahead and drop Rob out for just a moment until he comes back up. Just for the appearance, it looks a little better than a black screen.
Johnny, I want to talk about the starting offense for a second, because there were a couple observations I had that were a little disappointing to me.
Okay.
I saw a lot of the same things we saw last year, as far as Bo throwing up trust routes to Sutton and timing routes that we have not seen from other wide receivers. It's almost as if there is such connection between Sutton and Bo, and lack thereof for the other wide receivers, that Bo doesn't trust the other wide receivers to be on a certain time. And I had hoped we would see an improvement on that, and maybe that's a trick up the sleeve for regular season. But I wanted some of those, timing routes to go to Franklin, to go to Mims, to go to some other people other than Sutton. We know Sutton is going to be there. We know, like the 4th down play where, it's the comeback right on that sideline. Like, we've seen that play 1,000 times out of Bo Sutton. But I wanted to see that same connection from another wide receiver, specifically Franklin, really, because if you're talking about trust factor and Bo wanting to lead a wide receiver to a certain spot, I would think he would have that with Franklin just because of their history.
Sure.
So it's just lack of evidence to support that there's going to be another security blanket other than just Sutton again this year. And that's what it was all last year.
Sure. I agree with you, although I'm gonna look at it this way. One thing we saw, Bo was under pressure a lot. Yep. And that pressure is on the offensive line. They got we had the number one, we had a top 5 offensive line last season. They need to get their crap to get back together. They really do. So Bo was under a lot of duress today. He had a lot of pressure in his face. And in those moments, you're going to go to the guy you trust the most because he's the guy. He's the what's the word I'm looking for? He is your least risky option.
Yeah,
for, a pick or whatever. Because and also I'm going to go back and watch the All 22 this following the next couple of days. I'm gonna watch Franklin. I'm gonna watch Bryant and them because I'm gonna go ahead and think that at least a few times what I saw was coverage was tight on them.
Sure.
In those moments too. So Bo went with what he could, again, even when he wasn't under duress, he went with the one that he knows is going to come up with it if he's having to just hurl the ball away.
I get that.
So it's not ideal. It's not ideal, but the timing will get there, I believe.
I mean, it's the exact same thing for the touchdown that Sutton had. It's the exact same thing of I'm just going to trust you, Cortland, that you're coming down with the 50-50 ball because you have such history of being able to do it. But I want to see someone else get the opportunity. And why wouldn't you try that in the preseason as compared to the thing we've already seen and know? You know what I mean? I thought that's what preseason is supposed to be. So I wanted to see that same thing out of somebody else. And I think for the record, I think Evan Ingram will end up being that on maybe a smaller scale than the regular season, at least in the middle. A lot of third down plays, third and short. And obviously we've talked about Pat Bryant having the potential to be that same thing because he has reliable hands. So I just want to see it, instead of in theory, in thinking. So that was just one observation I guess I saw out of the starters today.
Before I bring up a few comments, Rob, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see Sutton have a couple drops early in the game, and that touchdown that Bo did have to Cortland Sutton. It was almost reminiscent of Bo's rookie year where he was having those overthrows or Bover throws, as it's been coined for his rookie year. And so to see him bring that down and be able to get that in an area where Sutton could come down with it, I think is great. I was a little concerned with Pat Bryant today. He had a few drops compared to the first 2 preseason games where the guy looked unstoppable. But he's a rookie. He's coming in. That's going to happen. He's going to have some growing pains. I think Sutton will continue to be that option until somebody else steps up and shows otherwise.
You can do it.
I mean, Sutton had, what did we have? 3 full drives for the starters.
Yeah.
He had 7 targets already in just 3 drives. That's insane. I mean, that's what you would probably have in a half. So it was just very Sutton focused, which, again, if that's what our offense is going to be this year, and then everybody else is just extra, then maybe our wide receiver core isn't as far along as we thought, or maybe on the flip side, maybe it's a Sean Payton confidence level of, all right, we see progress, Franklin. We see progress, Mims, but there's still a huge tier drop off between Sutton and everybody else. Sutton is still way up here.
The thing is, I want the whole wide receiver core to absolutely, come alive, come awake, and do and be just a whole core of weapons.
Sure.
I'm also very confident in that trust and in that connection between Bo and Cortland. I mean, and you've seen it in the past with quarterbacks and their number one wide receiver. I mean, Peyton Manning, Demaryius Thomas, guys. I mean, he had Emmanuel Sanders as well, but who still got the bulk of catches? It was Demaryius Thomas, or multiple different times throughout Aaron Rodgers' career on the Green Bay Packers, he had the one guy he would go to the most, and then the others, like you said, Jay, they were filler, but they were reliable, but they were filler. And at least if we have that confidence, if we have that connection, where Court can get the scores, I'm okay with it as long as it's working.
Sure.
Like as long as it's working, I don't care. Now, if you continue to try to beat a dead horse and make something happen when it's failing, if you keep throwing to Cortland Sutton and he keeps dropping, then stop it. But as long as it's working, as long as it's getting us points, as long as we're winning games, I don't care how we get there. Like, we can take whatever route you want. Route 66, the interstate, it doesn't matter. As long as we get to the destination, I don't care how we get there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at the year that, Denver won the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning looked like garbage there for a hot minute. And Brock Osweiler came in and had to, lead us, for a handful of games. So, I mean, I agree with you, Johnny. It doesn't matter how we get there. It's a matter of, just getting there. I think we have enough offensive weapons on the team that will make up for when Cortland's having an off day. Evan Ingram had, that one drop.
Did a drop, yep.
So
I was going to bring that up.
And, and you could tell he was more pissed off at himself for dropping that. But when you watch it back in,
it was all because he started to look. He looked away.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. Is he was trying to get up the field before securing the ball. Now, had he secured the ball, yeah, he may have only gotten a couple yards after that. But at least he would have had that catch and had that confidence building.
You're right, Rob.
Let's hit some comments real quick. Catch up on those. D-Rock saying, shout out Jonah Ellis and CAD. Love KAD. Love him. He was tight. And he's going to be a great, great depth piece for the Broncos secondary. Love it. Mile High City Baby says, I don't think Bidet will be around.
What? I think he was the most impressive running back today.
I think he was the most impressive running back that we've seen, outside of RJ Harvey this preseason.
Yeah.
So
I would have totally agree. I think Bidet is a shoo-in for that number 3 slot.
Absolutely.
He's so versatile. Great pass pro today as well.
Well, you got to remember the dude's a converted wide receiver.
Yeah.
He was not always a running back. He's a converted wide receiver, so he offers you so much. And like you were saying, Jay, his pass blocking is, almost second to none in this room. J.K. Dobbins being the only one that probably has a better or as good at pass blocking ability. So,
yep. That's why Jaleel will be a cut. I mean, if Jaleel could just pass block, and maybe again, it's a size disadvantage. He doesn't have the body to do it.
But,
He's a little guy. Hi. We welcome you to Munchinland.
So like he's a little dude.
He is.
Pass blocking's hard when you're not a big guy.
Ask Philip Lindsay.
Fanatic Dak in the house. What's up, fellas?
Oh, what up? What up, dude?
He says, I'm at work, but I thought I'd drop in and show my guys love. What's up, Dak? We love you, brother, man. One half of the Broncos bros who had Super Bowl champ Cody Latimer on the show last night. It was awesome. If you haven't seen that video, that show yet, make sure you go back and check it out because Cody Latimer, what a real dude, man. What a dude.
Yeah.
That was so So real.
He was a great interview. Gave some really honest answers. You could tell, like, unfiltered, man. Like he said it how it was, and always appreciate that coming from an ex-athlete to be truthful.
Mile High City Baby coming back in. I think one of the running backs will be traded or released. Definitely will be released for sure. I don't know if there's anybody that we'd be willing to let go of that has any trade value, to be honest.
Dude, Brian Robinson just got flipped for a 6th. There ain't no way we're getting anything. Like, Audric Estime's not even worth a 7th. So
They know.
I don't think there's...
The thing about Audric Estime, the entire NFL knows we're going to cut him.
Yeah, there's no trade value, I don't think, at all.
They know he's going to be available no matter what. So I don't think we're getting any trade value for a running back, unfortunately.
Agreed.
Let's see. What else we got here? We got Shai Vargas. Who do we think makes a 53-man roster? Ooh, buddy, that would be an entire show's worth of talks.
Yep. Now we'll hit some positional groups. Like, we've already spoke about the running backs. We've already spoke about the quarterbacks. I think the wide receivers are already solidified. Like, we already know that. I do want to speak about the middle linebackers and the edge eventually here, because we had some unsung heroes in this game that, shook the world, set the world on fire today. One in LaVale Bailey and Q Robinson. So I want to get to them here in a second.
He was everywhere. He was everywhere, man. I mean, did you see him? Did you see him in dropping into coverage?
Yeah,
he was.
I didn't know he had that. I didn't know he had that skill. Like, I thought he was going to be, he's a tackling machine. Like, he's a ball hockey. Like, he can follow the ball, but like, I had no idea he had the quick hips that he did, turning in coverage. Yeah,
he can switch on a dime. He's so fast, man. I don't know. I'm late
to the party. I'm late to the party, but I'm a firm believer now.
What do you
Bailey
think
to the moon.
Bailey, Rob, can you hear me?
Sorry, you were breaking up. What'd you say?
Oh yeah. What did you think of LaVale Bailey today, man?
No, LaVale Bailey, again, you guys have already said it. He looked phenomenal. He looked quick, with the quick hips, and as Johnny alluded to earlier, he had very tight coverage, for that position. Hopefully, when he makes the roster, I don't like saying if, but when he makes the roster, hopefully he could be our answer to covering tight ends, because Lord knows that every team in the NFL loves to beat our tails with tight ends. I'm trying to be better, Johnny. Dang it.
No, it's okay. Look, I don't care about a little bit of cursing. It's when it gets to God bless him. The man is like, almost himself Broncos country. But when it gets to like Perna levels of cursing, then I have a problem. You know what I mean? Only because mine and Jay's 90-year-old grandmother watches all of our shows religiously. And, she's like, oh my. So,
Hi, Grandma Baki.
No, Grandma Weaver.
Grandma Weaver. Sorry.
Yep.
I am a Weaver boy, but my mom is the Weaver. So,
yep.
But okay, let's get the last few of these comments out of the way. Not that we're getting anyone out of the way. Calm down, relax, everybody. We got Gary.
Loud noises.
Loud. Wait, where's the button? Where's the button? Right there.
Loud noises. Rawr.
We got Gary Neighbors, like a good neighbors. Gary is there. He says, "Go Broncos country, win." Our good friend Ray Haas in the house saying Watson getting hurt doesn't open that door a little for Estime? No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Only because I didn't think Watson was going to make the 53 anyways. I thought he was going to be, another duration of practice squad or be on the outs anyways. So,
yep. We got Fanatic Dak also agreeing just too late for Estime.
It is too late. Again, if even we've seen what we've seen thus far out of Estime, and we didn't have in the back of our mind that he's had fumbling issues, then it'd be a different story. But like, we can't ignore the history of being deactivated for a playoff game. for fumbling when you are a possessional running back. Like,
in a practice
as well this year.
He fumbled. What was it? What did he have? 5 detrimental fumbles in the regular season, and then Then coach brings him up and is like, "All right, you're going to be featured in the Buffalo game. Here we are at practice. Here's the ball," and he fumbles in practice, and Peyton is like, "Nah, buddy, I'm putting you. You've already proven you can't do this. You're riding the pine pony, and I'm putting in the dude who just came back from injured reserve."
And couple that with the, maybe true, maybe not true reports of him having a bad attitude.
Attitude.
That's not going to fly, obviously, with Sean Payton. Like,
he's got Bronco Rob's attitude, man. You can't have that. So
tisk, Rob.
I feel attacked, you son of a. Look, I may be the pessimistic one of the group, but I'm also a realist. I'm a pessimist disguised as a realist. Okay.
You're pessimistic.
Yeah.
I love it. No, I love you, Rob, bro. I just have to give you crap. Let me see here what we got. We got D-Rock going bidet all the way.
Ooh, that's a T-shirt.
Bidet all the way, baby. We got Dave Full Glassman, Orange and Blue Hearts. Love you, Dave. Man, you know what? I think this season, Jay, we're gonna get Dave back on a show, like as a guest.
And may I plug him, resident fantasy football champion, Dave Glassman.
The Orange and Blue Network fantasy football champion. Mm-hmm.
He is, and making his triumphant return for season 2. Which kicks off here in a couple weeks. So very much looking forward to coming back.
We had a question in the pregame, Jay, of whether or not we were going to do our draft live on the air.
Ooh.
And I said, I didn't know there was that much interest in that, but you know what? Maybe we could. It might be
right after.
Yeah.
Why not? I don't got any problem with that.
That's a possibility. Oh, our good buddy, Mic'd Up, coming in saying, "Love this show." Well, hey, Absolutely. We love Mike. We love Mike with all our hearts over there at Mic'd Up. And hey, I'm going to tell you right now, if you like the show as much as Mic'd Up does, make sure that you tell your friends about it by giving us a like, subscribe, share, and comment. Right? YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, especially on YouTube. Go tell your friends that this show is the shiz, man. So I just hold on, lost it, got it. Okay,
go find Mike Camillini on X if you have not. He is a fantastic follow. He had a nice little news and notes halftime show. On halftime of this game that was terrific, concise, and I always appreciate him. So go find him.
Love Mike. Shy Vargas, we got 2 weeks away until we play the Titans. Yep. My stomping grounds.
I would like to give a little update. We are at 390 subscribers there on YouTube. So remember, to all our people watching and anybody that's going to watch this, after the fact, when we hit 539, I've got a Bo Nix jersey ready to ship out to one, you lucky son of a you-know-what.
The bitches. No, so we're 149 subscribers away from somebody who's a subscriber getting a free jersey. Guys, what is the downside? Go tell your friends. Let's get that subscriber count up. And I've already said it. As soon as that giveaway is done, we're doing another giveaway. And this one's going to be bigger because we're going to give away another jersey, but we're going to give away an Orange and Blue Network t-shirt and a hat. Like 3 for on that one. And once we reach, and that's at 750. And once we reach 1,000, we're going to give away a jersey, a shirt, a hat, and an Orange and Blue Network tumbler. Like
can I get in on that?
I might even toss in a tub of Dubby to go in that tumbler.
Oh, you should.
There you go.
Come on, guys. There's no downside. Let's get that subscribership. Oh. All right. Back to Shy Vargas's comment. 2 weeks away from Tennessee Titans. That's my stomping grounds right down here. I live 20 minutes away from Nashville. I'm sick of hearing about it. Everybody telling me Cam Ward is going to show up and show out against the Denver Broncos defense. I'm like, are you out of your minds?
I watched the Titans-Vikings game last night, actually.
Yes, so did I.
Trust me, we have nothing to worry about. That team is hot garbage.
Look,
So
he had a decent showing. He had some good moments. But dude, come on. Your first regular season games against the Denver Broncos defense, you're gonna die.
Hey,
on the road.
He's gonna show up. He's gonna show out, but he's also probably gonna throw 3 interceptions. So I'm okay with it.
Yep.
And get sacked at least 4 times.
Oh, at least 5.
Like, okay. But Shai Vargas is mirroring the new t-shirt design, Tyler Bidet, all the way. I love it. And Dave Glassman, Estime is the only true power back of the bunch. Don't we need a little variety? Not if he can't protect the ball, man.
Dobbins is a power back. Like Dobbins can kind of play all sides, and that's why I love Dobbins. And I think Dobbins is going to come in super clutch if he stays healthy.
I also think RJ can do it too. I think RJ will get there too. I mean,
I think so too. I think so too. He has the skill set to do it. It's just, he has the tendency to want to bounce outside. So it's just making sure that he, is strict in his reads. This was another point that I wanted to bring up about the starters. We had another awesome play where we had the boot play action, and it was that awesome throw that Bo did off of 1 foot, turning his whole body to Sutton on that side. And it was very similar to
good yak too.
It did. But it was very similar to the play we saw out of Evan Ingram last game. And I cannot wait to see that play over and over and over again, because I think this zone blocking running scheme that we're going to be deploying a lot is going to open up that play action so much for those crossing routes. I can't wait to see.
Is gonna explode, dude.
Yeah, we haven't even seen Mims or Franklin burners on one of those crossers. I can't wait to see that, man. That's going to be a great play for us.
Can I ask you guys a question? Pre-game.
No.
Oh, damn.
Go ahead.
Way to be a joy kill, Jay.
Yeah,
womp, man.
Womp, womp.
You just killed my buzz, man.
Go on with the chlorophyll.
Yeah. You mean chloroform?
No, well. Either way.
Green, buddy. No. Look at you, the grandson of a botanist. Come on.
I'm too busy eating dubs like Jameis.
Anyway,
absolutely.
All right. So during the pregame show, we were talking about some different position battles for back, for depth. Some guys that were fighting for their position with like one other guy, and one of the ones that Isaiah brought up and we talked about at length was Enyomo Uwazurike versus Jordan Jackson.
Yep.
And so, who do you think between those two today solidified their spot?
Go ahead, Rob.
Go first.
Oh, okay. Man, Uwazurike was drafted, suspended, and still in the plans of this franchise. So, we obviously really hold him in high regard for him to F up as much as he did, and we still continue to employ him and still, want to continue with his plan. And he just continues to show up and show out. He had a sack today, tackle for loss. He had a quarterback hit, obviously. He's always come through at least with one pop play. And I don't know how he could be a cut. He is great depth. He's obviously still young. So I mean, I think he solidified himself to be that depth piece that we're talking about, to be, on the bottom of the depth chart, but next man up, get your opportunity. So I think he's made it.
I do too. Pre-game, I had said I thought Jordan Jackson had the edge, only because of Enyomo Uwazurike's issues and the fact that multiple times this preseason before today, he'd committed some egregious penalties like illegal hands to the face several times and a holding and all that. But looking at the numbers today, like you said, Jay, where was it? 4 total tackles. 3 of the 3 of them solo? It
I think
was
so.
2 of them solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss. One of them was a tackle for loss, and he had an additional quarterback hit. While Jordan Jackson, I mean, I got to scroll all the way down, only had 1 tackle in the whole game.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. What do you think, Rob?
I'm gonna agree with both of you. After looking at the stats, at first in the first 2 preseason games, I think Jordan Jackson looked like he had a lot of promise. But with I can't say his name, Awazurike. Awazurike, with him having those kind of numbers, granted, as long as he can keep his nose clean and not do anything stupid outside of the building, I think he will make the team and he will be a depth piece for sure.
Dave coming in, chlorophyll, more like borophyll. What is that?
Don't put it out with your boots, Ted.
What is that from?
It's from
Billy
Billy
Madison.
Come on,
It's another one of those flaming bags of shit.
Yeah.
Call the fire department
again. Yeah,
oh
no.
My God.
I knew it. I just was like, oh my God, it's in my you guys got to know I'm a media file. I'm a movie file, cinema file. I watch movies constantly. In fact, me and a buddy of mine, Chris, have even talked about doing our own cinema podcast at some point. But I just couldn't get the line. But I read it and I was like, I know I've heard it. I just can't remember where.
Well, that was my original reference that I think just went over everyone's head. So thank you, Dave Full Glassman, for another full glass comment.
Amen.
Kicking it back. Appreciate
Amen. Okay. So Rob, are you sticking around with us through the rest of the show?
I mean, if you want me to.
Yeah. Do you want to get some things flying, Johnny?
You guys want to grab some balls?
I mean, never mind. I'm not going to make that comment. I'm gonna be quiet.
I take that as a yes, Rob. That's a yes.
Rob says yes, he wants to grab some balls.
Correction.
I'll put you down for a yes.
Correction. Pause. Okay. Pause. Thank you.
All right, let's get the balls slinging, Jay. Let's do it. I guess. Oh, that's right. I have to do it, don't I?
Yes,
I do. Okay.
You're the
Always
producer.
waiting on you, Johnny.
You're the producer.
Well,
today.
no. Okay. In my defense, normally Jay is doing it because he's the host. However, space. Right now, due to his internet issues, Jay's having to use the guest link to be in, which means he has no access to any of our assets.
Get it together, StreamYard. You should be able to be a creator on a mobile, for God's sakes. This is 2025.
Jay, after the show, I'll help you with your computer stuff.
Aw, that's so sweet. You're such a mensch. You're such a mensch, Rob. All right, guys. This is Who's Got the Balls. Balls!
Oh, yeah.
I think Johnny just likes saying the word balls.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I love balls. I love
Rocky
balls.
Pause. Okay.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Dude, they're
You betcha.
delicious. Anybody have you had not? You must not have had them made right.
Nope.
I had
You
'em.
can't pay me enough to try them.
Deep
Oh.
fried. I've had them, but they were nasty, man. They were not good. They're like
Oh.
gizzards. I can't do gizzards either.
Dude, if they're made right, I mean, I'm talking like wrapped in bacon. Balls and bacon, man. Like it's amazing. They're delicious.
No, I just can't. I just can't with you.
But then again, I'm that guy that will try anything twice. That is truly my rule. Like, you put something in front of me, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it smells like, if you're like, this is good, I will try it twice. And I say twice because my rule is, like, the first time you tried it could have been made by someone who didn't know what they were doing, or it could have been like, a different recipe that wasn't good. So I'll try it again just to make sure I don't like it. but I will try anything twice.
That's what I say to my kids when they refuse to have green beans or corn or, I've already tried it. Well, you're gonna try it again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, all right.
Can I throw out my first ball?
I was gonna say host with the most. Go.
I got a big ball. I got a big ball to throw out, and I'm super excited about him because he has been a buzzing name since he was drafted. And we honestly, because he got hurt, we didn't really get to see tons or hear tons about him from a training camp perspective. But man, Q Robinson, we might have a guy. We might have a guy. Again, I come back to that quote that was said during the draft when we drafted him, that Nick Saban said he was the best special teams and effort player that he's ever had at Alabama. And that, like I turned and my ears perked up at that and was like, what the heck? Are you serious? Man, that guy has a motor on him. That guy's got bend. That guy has the potential skills to have a jump off similar to a Nick Benito, where he started in Oklahoma just being raw. Having the skill set, though, I see the vision. Q Robinson comes through with a great strip sack, and man, I can see him doing that in the regular season. In just a random, I'm getting a rotational snap type of thing. He doesn't need tons of volume. He can just be a game wrecker, just in one fell swoop, just with limited opportunity. So, man, I love Q Robinson, and I want to see more.
I love it. Talking to that, dude, I mean, 4 total tackles, 3 of them solo, a sack, one of them a tackle for loss, and a QB hit. Literally had one more solo tackle than Nyomo Wazarike did. Like, the numbers were almost identical, except for the fact that Q Robinson got one more solo tackle than he did. And I mean, that's saying something. You drafted him to be a special teams guy, but yet here he is, depth piece, obviously. Jonathan Cooper, Nick Benito, they're your starters. But
sure,
CQ come in the way he is. And I'm sorry, he's a defensive end. What in the world am I talking about? Obviously, Zach Allen is your defensive tackle, and he is coming in as a rookie and not needing a whole lot of development, by the way, and just wrecking house. Yeah, I love that game ball. Rob?
Well, I'm going to jump over the offensive side of the ball. I'm going to give a game ball to somebody that I don't think gets enough recognition. He had 3 receptions for 49 yards today. Didn't have a touchdown, but I like his game. I like the way that he's been progressing.
I hate you so much. You're about to steal mine, son of a bitch.
But I'm going to give mine to Lucas Kroll because, again, he's developed quite a bit. I'm hopeful that he makes the 53. We have quite a few tight ends there. I mean, obviously we know Evan Ingram's going to be the number 1. You could make it not really too big of an argument for Adam Troutman to be number 2.
Easy.
But then I think, it kind of comes, I want to say Lucas Kroll is number 3 if we carry 3 tight ends, which I believe we will. But that's who I'm giving my game ball to. Like I said, he didn't have a touchdown this game, but he has progressed every preseason game and every year that he's been with the Broncos.
What? Shy. Not only will he make this team,
he'll be in the rotation.
He will absolutely get starter. That's the great thing about what was it? Michael Malone for the Nuggets used to say, it doesn't matter if you start. It matters how many minutes you play and who ends a game. And Q Robinson is going to get meaningful snaps in the regular season. He's not a starter, but he's going to be an intricate part and a huge role in this defensive rotation. Can't wait to see him.
I don't need to add anything to that. It's perfect. To Rob's game ball, Lucas Kroll, dude. I was going to give my game ball, my first game ball to him. So you stole mine. So you jerk. But
Jared.
He definitely earned it. He definitely earned it today. Now I think he still has some development to go. I don't think he's Xeroxed and ready to go. But I do think that, behind Evan Ingram, behind Adam Troutman, because don't make no mistake, Adam Troutman will be the number 2 tight end on this team. I think I do really think that we only do carry 3 tight ends at most, because you have to at that position. You got to have at least a 3 deep depth. I do think he gets that 3rd spot and edges out what's his name, Nate Adkins. Just based on his performance today alone, he had great production. So I love that game ball, because it was going to be.
Loner is a practice squad member, right? He ain't making this 53.
Not
right?
yet. He's a developmental guy. Sean Payton didn't draft him to be a this season contributor. He drafted him because he's like, I can turn that kid into a star, not because he's already a star. So
then does that mean Prescorn gets cut?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
So we got Adkins and Prescorn gone.
Yep.
Adkins, I think, will come back. He's one of those that they'll play roster games with. He'll be active some weeks. He won't be active others, kind of like they do with Burton. Same kind of thing.
And I'm going to say real quick to our live watchers, I think we're going to go a little longer with today's show, since it is the end of the preseason, and we're kind of pushing, some topics. So we are going a little bit longer than I think we would normally go today.
Yeah.
But that's just because of the time of year it is. This is our last show before
53
Black Monday. This is our last show. So we got to kind of talk about some things a little bit. So we might be going a little bit longer than you might expect. So, appreciate everyone who just continues to stick it out with us and keeps commenting and watching and enjoying the conversation. So is it my turn then, guys?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So since Rob had to go and be a thief, I'm going to give my game ball. I'm going to give my game ball to someone we've actually talked about already quite a bit on today's show. And no, it's not Bo Nix. Yes, I was excited to see what Bo Nix did, finding his rhythm. But no, it's not Bo Nix. I got to give mine to a guy who had an effect in 3 separate facets of the game in positive ways. And that would be Tyler Bidet.
It's a good
Tyler Bidet absolutely deserves a game ball today, okay? Rushing, he had 4 carries for 14 yards, average 3.5 a carry. His longest was 9. So, not the best day for him in terms of his rush. But on receiving, Tyler Bidet took 4 receptions on 5 targets for 31 yards. All right? So that's pretty impressive. Not bad for your running back. And he also had a very, very impressive kickoff return. Almost he went over 50 yards. He went over 50 yards on that return, and is showing that, God, knocking on wood, if you're not putting Marvin Mims in the game for whatever reason as your returner, he would be a solid return guy. So I think between all 3 facets, rushing, receiving, and returning, he had himself a day. A day. He had a day.
I see what you did there.
So I gotta give it to Tyler Bidet.
I like it.
That's a good one. Like I said, I think he was the most impressive running back in this game. And he's when given opportunity, he's always come through. I look back on the game that me and Tywai were at, that Jets game last year, the monsoon. Man, he ran wild. He did tremendous in his opportunity, and then he got hurt. And then that was that. But he's healthy now. He looks healthy. He's extremely versatile. He can do so many different things. Swiss Army knife. So there's no question he makes this team. And again, I think he could be an absolute contributor. If Dobbins goes down, if Harvey goes down, and we have to elevate that next guy up to be the second fiddle to whoever else is hurt, I'm all good with Bidet being that guy because he is multifaceted.
Yes, he's a diamond, multifaceted diamond.
Yep, and diamonds are forever.
Yes, thank you. Love that, James Bond.
No, they're not.
They're nearly indestructible. What's wrong with you?
Now's who's being a
Nearly.
Debbie Downer.
Nearly. Jay, don't get me started.
Hey, before we give another game ball, can I hit a comment, Jay?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, this is our buddy, Ray Haas. I like this. He says this isn't a game ball for the guy. Oh, real quick before I hit that. Jay, are you drinking Modelo Chelada?
Yes.
You're welcome! I told you.
It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
I told you would get addicted.
Johnny, this is where you have to start going. One of us. One of us. One of us.
All right. Ray, dude, that stuff is delicious. It is so good.
It's addicting.
It really is. And I'm telling you, dude, it's a great breakfast beer.
Well, yeah.
Dude, think about it.
I can understand
It's tomato juice with lime, salt, and then beer. It's amazing.
Me personally, I don't typically drink beer for breakfast, but,
Okay, fine. Brunch. Drink it for brunch, Jay.
Each their own.
I don't either. But all right, Ray has this comment here. I'm sorry, Ray. Says this isn't a game ball for the guy, but how do we cut Kareem Reed? 3 tackles, all of them solo tackles, a QB hit, and a fumble recovery. And in the first preseason game, he had a pick. The guy has a nose for the ball. Yeah. It's a really, really big conundrum, isn't it?
That's gonna be a tough one, I think, for Sean Payton and the staff.
It reminds me of Devon Key last preseason, where he was a no-namer. Nobody had any idea who he was, but like every preseason game, it seemed like he made a big play, had an interception, had a big tackle, always did something, was always like, a highlight person within the preseason, and he made the roster. So maybe he makes it.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like that position, man. It's one of those ones. There's always like 1 or 2 position groups where everybody's like, "What?" when somebody gets cut, and I think that's going to be one of those position groups.
Now,
and I got to give some love to Michael Ronquillo coming in, giving us the Mile High salute. We love you, brother. Appreciate you popping in. Glad you're here. All right, back to game balls, guys. Are we doing 2 apiece, Jay?
Yeah, 2-piece.
All right. Well, then you're second, bud.
All right. Well, I'm going to just get the obvious one out. Courtland Sutton is a G, man. The man is paid. The man is targeted. The man is highlighted. The man gets his opportunities and does something with them. It comes with a drop every now and then. Broncos Country, we have a, short memory in that, there was a time where Demaryius Thomas had some drop issues. And every once in a while would have a randomly. But for every there's 3 like, oh my gosh, how did he do that? And I'll take the 3-to-1 ratio of that predicament all day long. Courtland Sutton is amazing. He's going to be the number 1 targeted wide receiver on this team by miles again, as he was last year. He is Bo's Whoopie, and I am super excited for him to have another year duration to, be that highlight, because by the next year, I hope we can move forward with maybe somebody else being a true second fiddle to him instead of Court and committee. So he's going to have one more year, I think, of it's Court and committee. But eventually, I think that has to change, but it's not changing this year, obviously.
Obviously.
Obvi.
All right. I love it. I can't have anything but love for that. I mean, the dude got paid, and rightfully so.
He should have.
As somebody who admittedly has been too hard on him in the past. That is, I'm admitting that full well, that I was one of those guys. The Courtland Sutton isn't the guy. Courtland Sutton would be a number 2 on any other, number 2 or 3 on any other roster. He's still here. Johnny, wake up. The dude has stuck around. He has been through all of the worst. And now that he has finally got a quarterback that is worth a damn, suddenly we see why he's still here. And I am so happy to have been wrong. And I love the fact that Court not only got his pay, got his money, but that he is here and that he is showing us why he deserved that money. Rob?
I'm going to give my second game ball. I'm going to jump over to the defensive side. And I'm going to go with the name that we've already kind of spoke about.
I swear to God, if you steal my second one again, our ball again, I'm going to kill you.
Johnny, you go first. Go ahead. You go first.
No, go.
No, go. You go first. You
This
go
is
first.
Buddy, we're going in order. Go.
I'm going to give it to Lavelle Bailey.
You bastard.
just because of what we said earlier, how it was just all over the place, and he's another guy that has a nose for the ball. He's going to be an up and comer, and I definitely see him making the 53 man for sure.
I love it. Love it. 5 total tackles, 2 of them solo. I mean, we saw him in cover. We saw him in run defense. We saw him in coverage. He was everywhere. I don't need to say anymore. He was fantastic. What do you think about that ball, Jay?
Alex Singleton, be on notice. He's going to make the roster. I think it's plainly obvious because he hasn't played. And that, he's obviously going to be on the roster. He's going to, have opportunity. But Lavelle Bailey is going to be again, kind of like Q Robinson, a guy in the background that at some point in this regular season, we're going to be damn glad to have him. Because he's going to be able to step in and perform extremely well in crucial situations that we have to have depth at that position. Because unfortunately, obviously, Singleton and Greenlaw both have injury history. So we're going to have more likely than not some ding, some hit, some injury that's going to elevate Lavelle Bailey to be starting. And I'm okay with that. Looks good. We already have Drew Sanders down. That was going to be the next guy up. But Lavelle Bailey has shown that he's ready and primed for that opportunity. So heck yeah, man. I'm excited for him.
Couple more comments to hit. Mile High City, baby. Sutton will retire a Bronco like Rod Smith.
I 100% agree with that and believe it.
What's the Matt? Our boy Andrew Young, the Mad Fanatic. He's even though it was about Von Miller, he's a Bronco for life, for life, for life. I mean, playing, he is Miss. You know what, Jay? I don't think we have to ask the question anymore right now. Who is Mr. Bronco? It's Cortland Sutton.
On current roster, yes, Mr. Bronco is Cortland Sutton for sure. I totally agree.
Yeah. Currently rostered, Cortland Sutton is Mr. Bronco. I mean, he's been here so long and he's stuck through all the worst. Michael Ronquillo, if it ain't about the Broncos, buck them. That's right. Well, actually, on this show, it's get bucked.
Yes, that's true.
Sorry, it's buck your feelings. Sorry, because get bucked is pregame. But anyway, buck your feelings, buck your thoughts. Like, I don't give a buck. Ooh, that's another show we should start. The I Don't Give a Buck show.
There you go. We can dedicate that to a lot of people.
Yeah, we could. Especially recently.
Yes,
Not going there though.
Higher road, Johnny. Higher road.
I know. Mile High City Baby 303 says game ball for our tight ends. Up to a degree, sure. I do think a veteran like Mr. Evan Ingram doesn't need to be making a mistake like trying to run downfield before you have the ball in your hands.
And I think Adam Troutman's going to feel that hit for the next couple days for sure.
Oh, God, he's going to feel that for weeks. Which,
He will.
by the way, last night, I'm going to go off topic for just 1 second before I get my last game ball. I told you, Jay, at the beginning of the show, I took my kids to the high, our local high school football game where my kids' future high school. We had a blast, blew out our neighboring town rival, 36-0. There was a special teams play, kickoff in that game from our town school, Portland, Tennessee, to White House, Tennessee. We kicked off to them. He took the ball. He caught the return. Started to come up. One of the boys on the Portland Tennessee football team laid a hit on him so hard that even over the crowd noise, you could hear the hit. You could hear every bit of it. And everybody in the stands, you heard it. You like at the same time, just, oh, and like, I swear to God, I screamed. I was like, shades of Atwater! Like, it was insane. And I was like, man, that was a hit. I loved it. But anyway, moving on. I'm sorry. Totally unrelated, not Broncos. So as Michael Ronquillo said a minute ago, it wasn't about the Broncos, so bucket. All right, I got to give my last one, and I'm going defense because I went offense on my first. But I'm going a little different. I'm going with one of our starters. One of our obvious, who's a guy who's going to be our starters. He didn't play much as much as, he played the 3 drives. I'm giving it to Talanoa Hufanga.
That's a good one.
Because look, first of all, you guys know me. In this offseason, and everybody was talking about who they wanted in free agency. Who was the guy that I was screaming for? Not Dre Greenlaw. I was screaming for Talanoa Hufanga. And
You're right.
He came in today. He had 3 total tackles. All of them were solo. But beyond the tackles, man, he was in people's faces. He was all over the place, man. And that is what we wanted. We wanted a strong safety that could just shut down parts of the field so that our free safety can roam and our cornerbacks have a little more freedom. And dude, was he doing it. I loved seeing him out there. You can't miss him because he's got that Troy Polamalu hair. It flies around everywhere with him. It's like a beacon. Oop, I hit my horn. So like, I don't know. I saw him and I was just like, yes, Hufanga! Or as his teammates call him, Huff. So I don't know. I loved seeing Hufanga doing what he was doing, and I was very excited about it. What do you think, guys?
Hufanga is definitely going to be a key contributor on defense this year for sure. To me, he kind of reminds me of like a John Lynch type player where he headhunts in every single tackle that he's involved in. I just hope that he can stay healthy and not have any injury concerns this year.
Yeah.
No, I would agree. I mean, he could arguably say he has the best hair on the team as well. And that's definitely a valuable trait. But dude, he's going to be a game changer. I'm super excited to see him down in the box this year. I know, Rob, you alluded to earlier that like we have struggled for so long covering tight ends and covering the middle of the field. And with the additions of Hufanga and Jahdae Barron, that's going to be eliminated because both of those guys are going to crush it in the middle of the field in different ways. But I'm really excited to see the lasting effects of the culture difference that Hufanga brings, because everything that we've been hearing is that between Hufanga and Greenlaw, kind of the tag team, they are insanely intense compared to what the previous edition of the defense was last year. So that's a whole different degree of intensity that they're going to bring to this defense, and that will only help.
That's great. Mile High City Baby saying he reminds me of Dennis Smith.
Ooh, there's a name drop.
That
There
is
you
a
go.
good name drop. That is
a good
great
name drop.
name drop.
I like that a lot.
Dennis Smith. Well, who would Atwater be without Dennis Smith?
Very true.
You know,
Kind of go hand in hand in that.
And Shy coming in, giving his game ball. Orange and Blue Network member got us hyped before the game with the Get Shiped segment of Get Bucked. Says I would give my game ball to PS2. I mean, go Jay, go.
I was going to say PS2 can get a game ball every single week because he's the best player on the team. You know, he's the
best defensive player in the league.
Current defensive player of the year.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I will say just real quick, I just want an honorable mention because it's the third preseason game and we deserve to at least give a game ball out to someone who's not going to make the team. That is a guy that will probably be selling insurance, but he needs to be called out because this was his 5 minutes of fame. Kyrie's Rowan, number 39, that had the hair that you couldn't even see his last name on his jersey. But he balled out, man. 4 receptions, 33 yards, and a tutty at the end. And a tutty that he came back after Sam Ehlinger was just running around crazy with his head cut off and found Rowan in the end zone, man. Fantastic showing out, here's your NFL moment type of thing for a guy that, again, probably ain't making any 53 in the NFL. But good for him today.
Hey, he could go on to Canadian football. He can go CFL or he can go UFL.
There you go.
You know, but
he can be somewhere. He can play.
Great honorable mention. I mean, I like that game ball, Jay. I like that you gave him an actual game ball, not just an honorable mention. He deserves it, man. He can take that game ball. I hope Sean Payton gives him a real one, and he can also take the Orange and Blue Network game ball, put those up on his shelf along with a picture, of that 5 minutes of fame and his jersey framed on the wall. Like the dude. I didn't even know who he was. I didn't even know
no one did.
I didn't even know he was on this roster during camp. Like that's how little any of us knew about him. And yet, yeah, like you said, Jay, what awesome. I mean, 4 receptions on 4 targets for 33 yards and a touchdown. What?
Yeah.
And
for a no-namer, that's pretty good.
Honorable mention from me, if you don't mind. I'm not giving an actual game ball on this one, but I'm going to give honorable mention. Bo Nix. I got to. He found his footing. He got a touchdown. Didn't throw any interceptions. I feel like he at least deserves the honorable mention. Like, hey, we still see you, bud, and we know we know that we believe we still believe in you. We're ready for you. So, yeah. Do you have any honorable mentions there, Rob?
I do not, unfortunately.
Okay. Because you were too busy stealing everybody's game ball candidates. I'm just kidding.
Yes. Just yours, Johnny. Just yours.
Just mine. Yeah. D-Rock, shout out CB2, number 21, Riley Moss. I liked it. I love Riley Moss. I still do. He definitely didn't like that holding call on him, though.
I was going to say he had a bad penalty, so I'm not singing his praises necessarily today, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
How's my wife always say it? It's fine. Everything's fine. Fine.
Yep. It's all good in the hood.
All right.
Well, you got anything else? Any other final thoughts?
I just want to see what happens with the 53-man roster. I want to see, when Denver starts cutting people. I want to see who gets cut. Because right after they get cut, they're going to wind up signing with somebody else. So as long as we can keep our people from going to the Chiefs or the Raiders, I'll be happy.
Yep. Chargers too. I don't want to see anybody go to the Chargers either.
They can go to the Chargers. The Chargers are going to Charger. They do it every year.
Even
though last year I think they beat us both times, and I had to hear it from my one buddy who's a Chargers fan. And
as did I.
This always happens every year. We have a handful of super surprising vet cuts from other teams. So it'll be interesting to see if we are buyers at the market, at the deadline here.
Yeah.
Because again, we've got money for the first time in a long time, and we've got aspirations for the first time in a long time. So
We
that's a
got Walmart
combination.
money, baby.
Yeah, man, that's a combination we haven't had in a long time. So, like, maybe we are buyers. Let's go.
What's
Which
the
I-
new commercials? The new Walmart commercials with Walton Goggins. You know,
Terrific.
who knew? Who knew? Like, I love Walton Goggins. He's a very underrated actor. Plays a really good villain, but he also can play. He also does really good comedy, and he can play a really good guy too. It's kind of shocking how versatile he is.
Baby Billy's bite bonkers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Jay. All right, my final thoughts. It will obviously. Let's see. All right, Mile High City, baby. We should have beat the Chargers twice last year. We should have beaten everybody twice last year.
Shoulda, woulda, couldas.
Everyone, not just in division. Everyone. We should have beat them twice. No, but my final thoughts. It definitely, just like you, comes down to the 53. But what I'm gonna say is, I think that the Denver Broncos, if we can find it, I'm hoping they put out like a statistic on it. When they start talking about how many players from one team were signed by other teams, I think the Denver Broncos will have the most. Because I think we have the maddest depth of any team in the NFL. And so I really believe that, it sucks that you have to make these cuts, because there are so many really good players sitting on this roster right now. And so I truly believe when we start seeing teams sign, in the end, the Broncos will be responsible for more, or will have more players signed by other teams than any other team in the NFL come cut day. I am very interested, Jay, just like you, Jay, to see if we end up grabbing one or two guys from other rosters to fill, some holes, maybe at, I don't know, linebacker or something like that. We'll see. All I know is I don't think I've ever been this excited at the end of a preseason to see what's going to happen in the regular season, just in general, because of how good the preseason was. What are you clicking for?
Well, Rob over here thinks I was, road tripping it up and peeing in a bottle, and I'm just over here clicking my pen in, ticks. So just trying to hang out, Rob. Okay. Not trying to drain the main vein.
So, what have you guys seen? I told you I'm a major cinephile. You guys seen The Hitman's Bodyguard?
Yes.
With Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
Samuel L. Jackson gets in the back of the car, holds up the bottle of piss. Ooh, are these your electrolytes?
Hey, as Ricky once said, it's the way of the road. Piss jugs and all.
No, look. As a soldier, man. When we were in Afghanistan, dude, like in our rooms, like in our tents in our room, man, like when you had to pee at like midnight, 2 a.m, you had to wake, and that meant you had to wake somebody up to walk, 200 meters in the dark to go to the Porta-Johns. You didn't bother, man. You just grabbed the bottle, you pounded it real quick, and you refilled it, and then put it aside to throw away in the dumpster in the morning. Like that was the norm, man. You'd see everybody walking out of the room with a bag, and you were like, I know what that is. That's everybody's piss. Like,
it's not every day we can end a podcast on piss jugs, but I think that is as good a spot as any to end preseason overall for the Broncos. 3-0, man.
Piss jugs.
Absolutely. 3-0.
Hey, we
Top of
pissed
the AFC
excellence. What
West.
do you want from me?
We did. We did.
I just wake up and piss excellence.
We are hydrated. Our pee is clear. So let's keep it clear all season, boys.
That's the beer, bro.
Well, you're getting hydrated some way. But I appreciate all you fellas. Johnny, you're going to have to be in charge of hitting the button. But I will say thank you all for joining us here on the Buck Your Feelings podcast. It's been a riot. We've had some laughs. And thankfully, we haven't had any cries. But please Find us, like, share, and subscribe to all the social medias around. Again, we are on the pursuit to give away a Bo Nix jersey. Please, just let us give a jersey away, damn it. So please.
Let's be generous.
Yes. Gosh, it'd be rude not to. So really appreciate y'all. Find us on all our social medias. And with that, gentlemen, little mile-high salute to ya. And to all Broncos country, adieu to the preseason, and we're on to bigger and better things in 2 weeks. So let's go, Broncos country. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see you later. Okay, bye.
Broncos!